Hello and welcome to Surprise Radio. I'm your host, Surprise, and with me I have the amazing band Karma. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
man.
having us.
It's a privilege.
Now, we haven't talked in 2 years. I actually released our first interview in July of 2024, ironically enough. So we have some fresh faces here that weren't able to join us last time, maybe weren't even in the band last time. So if you don't mind, can you all just introduce yourselves, even if you have been here already?
I'm Jackson. I'm one of the two frontmen of Karma. I also play synthesizers, and I now DJ for the band as well.
I'm AJ. I play guitar.
Dane, I play drums.
I'm Tyler. I play bass.
And I'm Nolan. I'm the other vocalist of the band.
And once again, thank you for joining me. And where are you based out of?
Central Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's all over Central PA, so they just stick with Central PA.
hmm
Absolutely. And I know that you made a social media post about this, and I loved reading that post. But just in case anybody missed that, what's the meaning of the name Karma?
Oh boy. so so karma is it's one of those philosophies in life that's, in my opinion, sort of an equalizer for those of us who are still alive. And what I mean by that is, you know how everybody calls death the universal equalizer? Well, that's kind of sad and it's inevitable, but it's also kind of sad. So karma is, in a sense, an equalizer for those of us who are still here. Um, it's a common thing that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And that's kind of what our philosophy is. Now, why we turn the first A upside down, other than we're trying to create a unique name, and because every other band name was taken at the time, our genre, when we first started this band, we knew that our genre was going to be new metal. That's NU metal, not new as in newer. So it's going to be new metal, which incorporates elements of hip hop, of rap, of old school, new school, that kind of stuff. I learned a long time ago, because I was an English minor in school, that I think it was the Latin alphabet, that the lowercase letter for the letter N was actually a V, and it was pronounced new. And I thought, well, that fits. That's actually really fitting. And also with the fact that karma has two A's, the fact that one can be upside down and one can be right side up kind of lends itself to sort of a yin yang in the mind. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons for why the name just kind of works. And there's a lot of things to extrapolate from it. But yeah, it helps with our philosophy of redemption and repairing. It helps with our philosophy of, that life should be equalized. If you have something bad happen to you, something good should as well. And I think it really fits. It rolls off the tongue really well too. So that's the meaning of the name.
So tell me, who is your favorite singer or band?
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, I'll start. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Korn. I definitely consider like Korn and Slipknot. They're my favorites.
Slipknot for me. It's always been Slipknot since I was a little kid. I remember watching the Disaster Pieces VHS, I believe it was, in my dad's room, and I was terrified. They scared me half to death, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and they've been my favorite band ever since.
I will take the next one. Alice in Chains has been my top band since I was 16. But lately it's been a lot of, a lot more rock bands. So Bad Flower's been like one of my number ones for the past few years. So they may have usurped Alice a little bit there.
As I gotten older, I don't think I like declare like a favorite band. I'm not trying to be like, what's the word, edgy when I say that or whatever. I love all bands that are out there. I think it's kind of hard to just be like, yeah, this band. There's a couple bands right now I think are cool. Like Era is pretty cool. I'm like into like some of like I don't know. I don't even know what you would call that genre. I also don't like putting a label on a lot of genres because I feel like metal is just like universal. It goes and ebbs and flows and stuff. But I would say Census Fail is what got me into like singing. I think the early work was awesome. I just love that dynamic of singing and screaming. Fun fact, my dad picked up Let It Unfold You the day it came out at FYE, and he said he spent like 25 minutes looking for it. And he said he went up to somebody and he's like, I'm trying to find this album called Let It Unfold You by Census Fail. And he's like, we didn't even bother putting it out because we don't even know who this band is. And I put on Buried Alive because that song had a bunch of cleans. And then the next track came on, which was like Bite to Break Skin or I'm probably gonna get killed in the comments section for not knowing the next song or whatever. But it was a heavier song with streaming, and I just remember uh, being weirded out, kind of like what Dane was saying, kind of scared shitless, more or less. But I remember like just having a moment of being like, I really love this song by them, this clean song called "Buried Alive." It would be disservice to like not listen to the rest of the band's work and just kind of started listening to some screaming stuff. I joined a band at the time and we were looking to do some screaming stuff and just kind of through listening through that stuff, I learned how to scream and kind of just fell in love with screaming music just from learning how to do it.
Very
Jackson,
cool,
what about
dude.
you?
I really like I actually really respect your answer, Nolan, about how not having a favorite. I would have to say currently, as somebody who's trying to expand my style, I can't really pick a current favorite band, but I still want to answer your question. So I will give you my most influential bands and singers. For me, the two most influential singers to my sound were Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden and Brent Smith from Shinedown. Those would have to be my two most influential. As far as bands are concerned, the ones that shaped me the most, Dane, I love you, buddy. Slipknot is definitely my number one. Pink Floyd would be number two. However, as I've gotten older, I have appreciated Pink Floyd a little bit more than Slipknot, just because I think Pink Floyd ended on such a high note, and Slipknot has, I'm not trying to throw shade when I say this, but Slipknot has turned into something very different than it was when I was first getting into them. And they are very, I would say that they're a different beast now than the one that saved my life when I was 16. And so I guess I haven't really fallen out of love with Slipknot because I will always still love them. But I think that the direction that they're going in now is it's an acquired taste for sure. And so I've been listening to a lot of other different bands for inspiration now, with Bad Omens and the Unavoidable Sleep Token. I've also been listening to a lot of old and newer Killswitch Engage, some Papa Roach now, some 3 Days Grace. I really love Kill Me Fast by 3 Days Grace. I really love that one. So yeah, that's my answer.
Well, that actually leads me into another question. But before we get to that, I just thought that I would let you all down and tell you that I cannot stand Slipknot. Yeah, yeah.
That's all
You're
right.
not breaking my
Boo
heart. It's fine.
hiss.
I'm
Boo
I'm cool
hiss.
with that.
Wow.
As a Slipknot fan, I understand why people hate them. I love them enough to where other people's opinions, but here's the thing, like if it weren't for Slipknot, I wouldn't be DJing in this band
That's
because
fair.
Sid Wilson is what inspired me to do that. So even if you don't like their music, they are still inspiring. But I
They're-
understand. It's okay, dude.
They've definitely inspired a lot of musicians that I enjoy, so I can at least appreciate that. But you know how when your parents tell you that your music sounds like a bunch of noise, to me, Slipknot sounds like a bunch of noise. It
That's
just
understandable.
does. But that's beyond the point. The point is you brought up a good question, which is who are some of the rest of you, your influences and heroes?
All right. So sorry, my phone was dying there, so that's why I had to pause
Oh,
for a moment.
great.
So inspirations. Biggest one would be Pat Seals from Flyleaf. Mostly because I just remember watching long-haired dude, Ernie Ball Music Band bass, running around on stage. That's exactly what I want to do. So that's exactly why I do the things I do now. And there's another band called Super Bob that they no longer exist, but I've seen them like 10 times when they were big. I bought their albums at least three separate times because someone stole them out the one time off of my car. So like, and they were highly energetic, they were choreographed, they knew what they wanted to do and when they wanted to do it. So definitely I love playing live. Those are my inspirations when it comes to that.
My old band opened up for Super Bob. I know what you're talking about. I'm so glad you said
Love those guys.
that.
I've had so much, like they have a little Kantar thing that they found like the trash that some dude strung up and they made a video about it. I own that.
Ooh,
I
nice.
love that band.
I mean, I have a lot of like different inspirations, but I guess the one that will always stick out to me is like I always remember going like on car rides with my dad, and he'd just have like the Appetite for Destruction CD just in repeat. So it always kind of for me goes back to Slash because that kind of inspired me to start playing guitar. But for like more modern stuff, like I don't even know what their names are, honestly, but like the guys in Polaris, their guitar work is just absolutely ridiculous. And I do take a lot of inspiration from them.
For me, it's kind of a mixed bag. I grew up listening to like a wide range of different types of music because my dad loved pretty much everything. He was more of a rock slash metal guy, but um, like your Led Zeppelins, you got your John Bonhams and your Neil Pearts, like you have your legends and everything. And for me personally, for my style, I guess I could say my main influence was Joey Jordison, but you also have Dave from Korn, and no shade to Ray at all. Ray is a phenomenal drummer. He is a fantastic showman, but there was just something about Dave's playing, like it felt raw. It matched their gritty energy that they had at the time, and just watching live videos of all of those two bands specifically was just something awesome for me. And a wide variety of metalcore drummers as well. Like you have your Luke Hollins, Chris from Ocean's 8 Alaska, like some of those guys as well. And for me, it was a lot of metalcore. I just don't really have anyone's, but well, Matt Reiner too. But it's kind of
Shout
it's
out.
kind of all
Shout
over
out.
the place.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for me on that one.
Before the next person answers, I just wanted to throw out there that the Dave and Fieldy, I feel like were one of those low end marriages that were just meant to be. Those two just sounded
Yes.
like they were meant to be in a band together. So I can completely understand that.
100%.
I guess expanding upon the Census Fail stuff. I mean, I've seen that band like 8 times live. And I think one moment I always remember was I think they opened up for Reliant K and Warped Tour. I don't know what year it was. It was yeah, dude. Reliant K killed it, dude.
I love Reliant K.
They're
I
actually
love
really
Reliant
good.
K, dude. They're an incredible fucking band. And dude, that Warped Tour was awesome. There was I gotta go back and look at that. I'm gonna send you a follow up on that one. And just tell you what it was because the lineup on that year was crazy. Anyway, Census Fail came out. Offsprings was on that stage that year too. It was, dude, the lineup was freaking awesome. But Census Fail was setting up, and there was a band on the side stage back in the day when they had like their big main stage and this little side stage. And this band that played was probably, I guess I'd define like heavy metalcore, almost deathcore oriented and stuff. At that time, I hadn't heard anything like that. You know, I've listened to Census Fail and like I'm listening to Blink-182 and Green Day and like Paramore and stuff like that, you know. But I thought the band was cool. I mean, their stage presence was sick. But Buddy got up on stage, like ran up before they even were supposed to get out, and he was just like, "Go follow these dudes. These are sick. If I could have it my way as a vocalist, I'd be doing this type of music." And which I kind of like, I didn't think about it till like nowadays and stuff, but because I thought it was such a weird comment, but I think it's a very true point. Is like I'm in another band and stuff where I'm doing like really crazy deathcore stuff, but that's not like the defining thing that I'm into. Like I love it because the energy and the atmosphere and stuff that brings. But like I like the well-roundedness, and I just love music as a whole. That's why I'll go back to I don't really like label a band that I like. I mean, I love Modest Mouse. I love everything, man. I love a lot of music. Not a big fan of country, but as I'm getting older, I mean, I just like music. I like talent. If I see talent or hear talent, if lyrics are on point, I'm a huge lyrical guy. I love meaning and stuff. But yeah, just to conclude all that, I think Buddy and his stage presence over the years was awesome and influential. Obviously, like all the metalcore, classics. I mean, like Parkway Drive growing up and like some other stuff. I don't know names as well as Dane knows names and stuff. But Buddy was one that like pretty much just did it for me. I just love that dynamic of singing and screaming. And as I've gravitated more towards like screaming over the years, I still wish I could sing better. And I'm still working on that stuff. I'm hoping to continue to expand upon that as I get older. It's my weak point.
I wanted to make sure to catch the two of you that are new to the band and ask you, how has it been joining the ranks of KVRMA, of a fairly established band already, although they are still kind of new. I know that they just started in
You're talking us up,
2024.
man. I appreciate that, but
But what was it like to join an established band like that, and how accepting were they? What were some challenges? Talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I can go off on this. So I think in the beginning, I mean, we all have lives prior to meeting up, And at that time in my life, I just got out of another group. Prior to that, I got out of another group. Prior to that, I got out of another group. I have a main band that I'm in that I write for and stuff that I really love. But I don't feel like I'm satisfied enough. I play guitar, I do vocals and stuff. And one day I've been following KVRMA stuff for a minute, and I saw they were posting about second guitarists or something, and I liked the post. AJ reached out to me. I mean, I told him, if I'm being honest and stuff, I told him I just got out of this other band and kind of down about stuff right now. And I don't want to like lead false hopes. They had two other people that were ready to go, ready to try out. And just kind of letting them know like where I'm at. I don't want them to see me at these rehearsals and stuff and think I'm down and out or whatever. Just letting them know like just got out of a bad relationship more or less, and I'm ready to go and I want to keep on going, but I might be a little down. These dudes were supportive day one. I mean, I walked into practice pretty hesitant of my own abilities and getting down lyrics and stuff because they also had shows coming up that I wanted to make sure I was ready to go. Because like you're saying about the band, um, there is a caliber, there is a pedigree or whatever the word is. There's these guys have a past that I think carries with them in a great way. I mean, they're great people. That's the first thing that drew me to even continue sending messages back and forth to AJ, because I've heard through word of mouth of how great they are as people. I played with them in other projects that they've been in.
Good point.
I've seen them basically as an outside, as a fan. And I'm honored that they gave me the chance, because I remember Tyler and Dane and I at the end of Rock Mill practice the first time and stuff, we were talking a bit, and they had these friends that were, good friends of them that wanted to join this. And I told them, if they decide that that's something that they want to do, I respect it. But they said they had the utmost faith in me. And then from there, we took the ground running. We met up. We started working on stuff. We had some little rubs here and there. But I think the greatest thing that I've taken away from all that is that even with us butting heads and trying to like collectively come together on something, we've created something beautiful. And the atmosphere in this band right now, I think, is like 10 out of 10. Every time we're playing shows and meeting up and doing rehearsals, I feel like we're growing. I look forward to people seeing the new music, hearing the new music. I'm stoked to be here, man.
I want to add something really quick to Nolan's answer. I don't think I've actually told Nolan this. And before I say what I'm going to say, I want to preface that we've all been in projects for a very long time. I myself have been playing live shows and working around metal bands and screamers since 2011, when I first joined my first band. And I got to say, yes, we did have a lot of applicants for our new frontman position. As soon as I heard Nolan scream the first line of Filth, which was one of his auditions, he screamed Filth. He was the easiest person to say, okay, that's our guy. That's our guy. That's not to throw shade to anybody else, because they were all great applicants. I want to make that perfectly clear. They were all great applicants, but with them, it's like you had to kind of listen. You had to kind of, okay, what are they doing here? What are they doing? As soon as I heard Nolan's intonation, I was like, I want to sing with that. I want that screaming for us. That is talent. That you can't teach that. You can't teach what Nolan has coming out of his lungs. You really can't. People compliment my vocals a lot. I can't scream like that. I probably will never be able to scream like that. So I'm really honored that Nolan gave us a chance. So it goes both ways.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. And to conclude with that, and the feeling's mutual, Jackson. And that's the one thing that like I'm most stoked about. I feel like there's just a lot of, I'm not trying to sound egotistical. I just feel like there's a lot of talented people in here that care about what they're working on. And regardless of, egos or whatever, we always try to make a point ending a session, doing whatever we're doing. Hey, we're all good. We're all on the same team. We're all trying to find that end goal in the end of the day. And I know some of these newer songs, one of them in particular, took a good minute and stuff for us to like work out. We met up. We had some text that got kind of, misconstrued. Text can always get misconstrued.
It's growing pains whenever somebody new joins. It's growing pains of communication, but I think we worked it out.
And we worked, and that's what I love working on music, and I love the collaborative side of it. But on a friend level and on a human level, I want to know that, the other person on the other side is not just my bandmate. I mean, they're my friend, and we're going through this. We're going through this journey together. I mean, we're all stuck on this spinning rock. I'm trying to have fun and make music with people that want to do it, and I'm thankful I found a home in Karma.
We've all seen each other naked at least once. I'm just kidding.
It was a fairly easy transition because of me and AJ and Tyler being together previously. It felt like it never ended. Like it was seamless, and just getting together with these guys and writing the stuff that we did prior to Nolan as well, like being in the studio together, it just felt exactly the same. Like it felt like family again and everything, and it wasn't hard at all. And I feel like as a team, we're pretty well put together. Like we know what we want. We know the sound that we're trying to achieve. I cannot wait for this new music. I can't wait to showcase what we have with Nolan, and Jackson's grown too, which is awesome as well.
Yeah.
There's always room for growth for everybody.
Sure.
There.
I get I'm the new
It's
guy and
awesome.
stuff, but yeah, Jackson, I definitely am looking forward to people hearing some of the dynamic ranges that Jackson's bringing
It's
out
gonna
on
be
this.
awesome.
And just
Oh,
the
yeah.
music in general, dude. It's really dynamic. If you
Yeah.
like heavy music, you're gonna be pumped.
Mhm.
Real quick before we do run out of time, since y'all keep teasing it, what else can you tease about what's coming soon for Karma? And do we have any kind of timelines we can tease as well?
Well, as far as what we can tease, let's put it this way. In our previous album cycle, we did a lot of things that were kind of by the book. And that's not to throw shade at anything. It's just we had a very, we were experienced and we decided to do things very similar to how we were familiar. This time around, we've kind of, for many different reasons, we've decided to put the book away and write a new one. And to get out of the philosophical BS that every band does, let me be specific. The economy is failing. Let's just put it that way. And as anybody will tell you, in a failing economy, things are expensive. And so now we are kind of, at the risk of saying we're trying to save a buck, what we're doing is trying to rely more on our skills rather than our wallets to try to make this album cycle happen. Like we have gone to a different production company instead of our previous one. We used to work with Atrium Audio. Now we're working with, is it Darkside Studios?
Darkside.
Darkside
Yes,
Audio.
we're working with Darkside Studios, and that's not a downgrade. It's just a different style of production. It does cost a little bit less because Darkside Studios doesn't have the same name grab that Atrium has, but it is still a immaculate studio. And in addition, the other biggest thing that we're going to save on is music videos. So we used to spend a lot of money trying to find really good, because we don't want to skimp on content quality. We don't want to skimp on quality. That's one big thing about us. So we're willing to I don't know, give a lot of money for good production in terms of music video. But we don't have the money to shill out this time around because three members are fathers. Two of us are also working really hard to try to keep, our place of living and our jobs and everything like that. So what I did was I went out and I actually bought my own camera. Just decided, you know what? I took a film class at one point. I went to a tech center to learn how to make quality video production. And I've never had a chance to really use that. So now it's time to dust off that old plate of skills and hopefully get behind a camera again and maybe teach these guys how to use one and how to do the rule of thirds and all that kind of stuff. And I have a video editing program. So we're not going to do anything by the book, and we're going to do it completely independent from here on out. So yeah, it's for this album cycle, we're going to rely entirely on our own skills, our own time, our own schedules. And I think it's going to be a much more relaxing process as opposed to rigid. And when it's more relaxed, more of yourself will come out. And that's what we strive for in this band, is we want that authenticity. So to kind of give you the nutshell version, we are going way outside in terms of genre, in terms of song structure. We are doing nothing by the book this time around. We're, at the risk of sounding like we're throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, we are doing things that are unrelentingly and unapologetically ourselves. That's what you can look forward to.
I noticed that
Yeah.
Karma doesn't have anything coming out yet in 2026. Are we going to see anything released this year, or do we have to wait just a little bit longer to make sure it's right?
No, it's definitely
This
we
year.
got stuff coming out this year.
Film
It
and
is coming out
content,
this year.
film and content next month. I'm not going to go any further, but I want to the second it's done.
Next month, next
In
week.
this month.
Oh yeah, we're in July.
Yeah, it is July
It is.
already, bud.
Tomorrow is America's 250th birthday, dude. It's July. This is going to be fun. It's okay, dude. Look, like I said, the heat is getting to everybody, dude. I can't
I'm
even
here.
remember 5 minutes ago. Are we in an interview? Are we
Yeah.
interviewing right now? I don't even remember.
Well, barely. I think it's more of just a chat. Karma, thank you
I
so
love it.
much for joining me. I hate to cut us short, but we have run out of time. As always,
Oh,
it's always just a beginning to end good time talking to you guys, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks
Absolutely.
for having us,
Thank
man.
you.
We appreciate you.
Thanks again, Joe.
Thank you.